Today we discuss about fabric and its types. There are two basic types of fabric. One is woven and second is non-woven. Today we will discuss in detail about woven fabrics. Woven fabric classified into following types: 1. Woven, 3. Knitted. In picture show basic structure of loom used to manufacture fabric. In woven fabric, two sets of yarn use. One is called warp, which is in lengthwise of fabric. Other is weft, which is widthwise of fabric. In woven fabric classified into different types with different structures called weave. There are some following weave types. 1. Plain weave. In plain weave fabric, the warp and weft threads cross at right angles to form a simple crisscross pattern. See the picture below. Each weft thread crosses the warp threads by going over one, then under the next, and so on. Poplin is one of the plain weaves. 2. Twill weave. Twill is a type of textile weave with a pattern of diagonal parallel ribs, in contrast with a satin and plain weave. This is done by passing the weft thread over one or more warp thread or two or more warp threads and so on, with a step, or offset, between rows to create the characteristic diagonal pattern. Because of this structure, twill generally drapes well. 3. Satin weave. The sheen and softer feel of sateen is produced through the satin weave structure. Warp yarns are floated over weft yarns, for example 4 over and 1 under. In a weft-faced satin or sateen, the weft yarns are floated over the warp yarns. Standard plain weaves use a 1 over, 1 under structure. The long floats produce a surface that is smooth to the touch and reduces light scattering to increase shine. This weave structure is more susceptible to wear than other weaves. 4. Oxford. The Oxford cotton fabric is known as a basket weave, where multiple weft threads are crossed over an equal number of warp threads. Usually, one single color threaded crossed with white to give the Oxford its signature checkerboard appearance. This type fabric can used in some relaxing environment. However, the shirt can be worn to the office if the cut and finish are professional. Other woven fabric type is terry fabric. 3 sets of yarn use. 1 is called warp, which is lengthwise. 2nd is pile, it makes loop on surface of fabric. 3rd is weft, which is widthwise of fabric. Apart from weaving, fabrics can also be made by knitting and knitting. 1 set of yarn use. Types of knitted fabric. There are following types of knit: single knit, double knit,